Howdy, welcome back to SlydeBytes. This is a new brand for me, and I'm excited to talk about it. So first off, introduction, welcome back to SlydeBytes. If you're a new viewer, this is a budget guitar and gear review channel, and all the gear you see on the channel is my own, provided by myself or family members and friends that buy me gifts randomly. This is supposed to be a gift, so let's go ahead and get into this. This is the second guitar item. I ordered this guitar, and it showed up to me, and I was so dumbfounded by how bad the guitar was, I actually sent it back. And Sweetwater, who I ordered it from, was gracious enough to replace it with a different one, and this one is just like a way better example. So we'll put in some pictures here in the video, and I'll pause here for a second, and you guys can check out the pictures of what came to me initially, because it is just bad. We're talking bad fret ends. We're talking the cap on the Slager switch it flopped off. It was split from the get-go. The binding was all disgustingly worn off. It was just bad. And there are bare spots in the body, all around the body. There's still some bare spots on this one. But I'll pop up some pictures here and let you see that. So here's a quick pause, and you guys can take a check and look at that. So. It was just really, it was really bad, and I was really disappointed in it. I took a total of 15 photographs, sent it to Sweetwater, discussed it with them. They're like, yeah, that's not good. This pocket where the jack is at here, it was so badly beat up on the other guitar. There was black paint, and it had just been like, it was looking like someone who tried to tap it or hammer it back in the spot there into its pocket, and they just left black paint smeared everywhere through. It just looked bad. I mean, the first one was just really rough. So again, I'll see if I can show it to you. This one does have some spots in the binding that's just you can kind of see there, it's worn off. And there's a couple spots in the back, on the neck here, where it's just not totally even, and there's some little gaps in the coloring there. I don't know if you can totally see that on here. I can see it very well in person, but I don't know if you can see it. So again, here's another spot right here in the body. Again, I don't know how well this is going to come through in the video, but it's definitely here where I can see it. So anyway, this is still a lot better than what it came in initially. Now this is a $499 guitar. Shouldn't have that kind of quality issue at that price point, in my opinion. I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, that's still budget. Yeah, that's like the top of what this channel even considers to be affordable. Like, I've said before, a lot of Americans can't even swing a $500 emergency bill. So imagine spending $500 on a guitar and it shows up in absolute crap condition. I'm not blaming Sweetwater. I'm not blaming LTD. I don't know what the situation is. I don't know what happened, but again, it was taken care of very graciously by Sweetwater, and this one is still much better condition. It's just, I'm not really happy about the gaps in the binding. Moving on from that. This is the ESP LTD TE-200 solid body. I don't know if I said that yet, but that's what this is. Mahogany body, roasted Jatoba fretboard, which is pretty nice. It is a bolt-on 3-piece maple neck. It says it's a thin U. Yeah, I kind of agree. It says it's a 13.8 radius, but honestly, it kind of feels compound, where it's more rounded, feeling down low on the lower end of the frets, so you can make those chords kind of comfortably, and it gets flatter as you go up the neck. It does have this nice cutaway here for upper fret access. You can kind of see that a little better this way, and I don't really have any problem with it. I am not a soloist in particular. I do get up there now and then play, more so than I used to, but it's still not I'm all about the song, so for me, I'm usually down here or in this range somewhere. So anyway, it does do the job though just fine. I do like this body style. I've been looking at the Jim Root signature guitars, and I was really wanting one of his Tellys, and I was looking at the Squire that came out a while back, and then I stumbled upon this, and it just has the vibe, and it also has something I don't have, which is coil splitting, which you heard in the beginning. We went through all the pickups and pickup sounds real quick. We did bridge pickup split and not split with grind, distortion on it, and then we went through the other pickups positions, both split and unsplit on the clean. And right now, we're on the clean channel on my Blackstar, and it's pushing that into breakup. And on the clean channel, my Fender Stratocaster does not do that. That has an Alnico 2 humbucker. This has a ceramic. It is hot. It is a hot humbucker. And actually, let's go ahead and pop that into coil split mode. This thing achieves the twang. If you want the twang, pop that in the coil split mode. You know, I've never owned a coil split guitar. I have played several in the past, and I remember them not being great. There is a volume difference, but I do remember coil splitting being like, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. It makes a heck of a difference on this guitar, I will say. And this guitar does play great, despite it having a finished painted neck that's a little sticky. I don't really typically prefer that kind of a neck. I like a bare maple, neck. It's still not bad. You can still move just fine on it, especially once you get going. It did come with 9s on this, at least that's what it says on my Sweetwater listing here. Not really sure why that is, because most of ESP's guitars apparently come with 10s, so that is a little bit of a, why would you do that? They're D'Addarios, and that might be a preference to you. You might prefer that. Roasted Jatoba's nice. I'm just it's different. It's not bad feeling. It's got a pretty color to it, especially being roasted like that. And the inlays, of course, are offset. But yeah, it's different. It looks different. It's got a different vibe to it. As far as feel, it's very smooth. I don't feel much grain in it, but it does feel, slick and easy to play on. I don't really notice it too much. I'm not really that kind of guy who's getting his fingers right on the fretboard. I tend to not. I guess I don't press that hard typically, unless I'm really jammed down low. Most of the time, I'm barely pressing, so I don't notice that too much. But it is nice, smooth. It's very pretty looking. Again, this is a mahogany body. It is heavy. The first one that came to me was suspiciously light, so I don't know. This feels like like what you would expect a slab of mahogany guitar to feel like. I'm sure it's a multi-piece body, but it is pretty chunky, decent weight to it, not super heavy. Of course, you got a fixed bridge on there, which is nice. I really like the design overall of that bridge, and it is very stable. Tuning on this thing is rock solid. We're gonna drop D right now. It does not move. It stays exactly where you left it at. Yeah, I have no issues with that. I do have a really cool guitar strap, by the way, coming. It's still in the mail. This was kind of my birthday present. My two favorite body styles, there's really 3 I really love that are my favorite as far as comfort to play. Stratocasters, Telecasters, and Jazzmasters. Those are my 3 body styles. This is, ESP LTD's, TE. Very obviously, it's a T-style type of guitar, and it's very comfortable to play. It's got the tummy cut, and it's got the arm bevel up here, so it is just very comfortable. It just, Telecasters in general don't tend to move on my body, so this TE with all this extra, cutaways and bevels and all that, chamfers, it really feels good. It just locks in. It is not moving. Even sitting in my stool over here and playing guitar, I do not have any issue with it rolling off. Balance feels pretty good. I think it's definitely more body heavy, but it's not. It feels good. We'll find out more with the strap. I can't report too much on it, but just sitting down, it's definitely comfortable and it's locked in. It's not going anywhere. Let's go ahead and get some more tones going on in here. So you have one volume, one tone knob, and your tone is a push-pull. Let's go ahead and just roll the tone off all the way on the clean. Split. humbucker. Middle position. Full tone. Tone off. Split. Tone off. Let's do tone all the way back up, split. I love that. All right. Neck position, split, full tone. Tone off, split. Humbucker mode, tone off. Humbucker, tone up. This is a beautiful sounding guitar. I mean, it's got all the sounds. So let's go ahead and go back to the bridge. Let's do some metal for a second. Yes, I'm a metal guitarist. So yeah, it's easy to get carried away in this thing. It has all the tones. I really like the bridge position split. It just, yeah, both ways I like that. We can do some. Yeah, this thing has all the tones. There's a lot of variety that you can get with this thing. It's a very versatile guitar. It plays fantastic. Even the one that showed up to me very beat up, still played nice. It just is in really rough condition. Again, tuning stability is rock solid. Everything on here is just LTD branded hardware. It is a string-through body, by the way. Sustain is excellent on this thing. I hold notes on. Sometimes I like to hear what it's saying. It'll end eventually, someday. sustain on this thing is freaking outrageous. I love this. This is a great guitar. This has definitely worked its way into my probably my top 5 guitars I own. It definitely, there's some quality things there. Again, the binding just doesn't look great, but beyond that, the guitar itself is good. The first one was a really bad example of this guitar. I don't know. I'm not blaming LTD. I'm not blaming Sweetwater. I don't know what happened there. Stuff happens. I get it. I work in machining and manufacturing. I understand that sometimes stuff gets by. It's like, who the heck did that? Anyway, so it's just one of those things. You might want to check them out in person if you get a chance. It's usually better to buy guitars that way. But I had pre-ordered this thing because I'm always in continuous back order, and I trust Sweetwater, and they did make the situation right. So they're great. I do always recommend them. I'm trying to do most of my business to them these days because they get stuff to me very quickly, and they are just super nice and chill people to work with. So anyway, yeah, the only negative I really have, now that I have a really good example of the guitar, is this cavity is great. It does keep the cord in a good spot, except you can't get like an amp plug in there. Like that's not happening. It's too tight to fit like my Blackstar amp plug in there. That was a bummer because I really like using my amp plug at night to practice. Anyway, so that is just a little bummer, just something to note if you're relying on something like that, just be aware of it. Otherwise, it is in a cool place, and it's the first time I've ever seen one done that way. So yeah, otherwise, this is a great guitar. Again, got nice, dark, Jim Rudy, kind of Slipknot vibes, even though it's not, a Fender Telecaster, it is a LTD TE. So it definitely still has that kind of evil, dark vibe to it. I like the very subtle inlays, offset, and everything. The roasted chobo fretboard and everything looks just very nice on this guitar. The black binding is cool to have, even though it's imperfect. And otherwise, this is just a sick guitar with a lot of tones, a lot of versatility, and I do gotta say, if you can get your hands on it and find a good example of it, I think this is a good one. I do recommend it, and I would definitely say pick it up. Especially with how great that coil splitting is. The tuning stability is rock solid. Sustain is unfreaking believable. I think this might be the longest sustaining guitar I have. Like, it'll hold notes for as long as I want it to. It does have 24 frets, by the way, and it is 25/5 scale length. So, I mean, tuning stability, again, I'm going to drop tune this further. It's in drop D right now. We're probably going to go pretty dark with this one and get some heavier gauge strings on this one. But yeah, and it is just a plastic nut. So nothing else really to go over with it. Again, this is a 13.7 radius here. It's read somewhere. I thought it said 13.8. Yeah, it's advertised on the same Sweetwater listing. It says 13.8, and another point says 13.7. Somewhere in that region, close to 14. It's a little less than 14 inch radius. I don't know. Anyway, I definitely can tell. It feels it as you go up the neck, especially. So, anyway, guys, that's all I have to say about it. Thank you so much for watching SlydeBytes. I appreciate all of you who keep coming back and checking out the channel. You guys mean the world to me, and the fact that we have advanced beyond 200 subscribers on here and 300 followers on Instagram is huge to me. I appreciate all of you so much. Please check me out on SoundCloud, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and here on the YouTube community page. I'm posting all kinds of stuff all the time, trying to get sneak peeks of what's coming up and things like that, and updates on the channel, and original music all over the place. So a lot of metal. I do some blues stuff. I haven't done some blues in a little bit. I need to. Anyway, guys, I appreciate all of you. Thanks again so much. Please like and subscribe if you think I've earned it, because that does go a long way to helping this little channel grow. And I'm trying to build a budget guitar community here that finds great gear for great prices and help people get into guitar playing. So guys, thanks again so much. Talk to you later. Keep shredding partners. See you soon. More content. Bye.